and welcome to this week's Talking Ads Live. We are joined by another guest. This is Steve. Alex, tell you a bit more about Steve. Met him at a conference very recently.
Yes, I did. So Steve is a freelance. Would videographer be the right word?
Well, videographer sounds a lot more skilled, doesn't it? But I'm a video and audio producer. I hire videographers to go and do the hard bit, and then I sit there and edit it whilst eating biscuits. Yeah.
Oh, fantastic! That sounds amazing. So yeah, I think I may have mentioned it last week, but I went to a conference. Oh God, was it 2 weekends ago now?
Yeah.
Not the weekend, just got the one before. It's called the Upreneur Summit. It's all about personal branding, and I met Steve and we had a little bit of a chat over a cup of tea in the break about the freelancing life. And so, Steve, you've got a podcast called Being Freelance, haven't you?
Yeah, so each week I interview a different freelancer about their own experience of being freelance and sort of learn from them. And we just hit episode 150 this week, actually.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so it's if you're freelance or you know a freelancer, I recommend it.
Absolutely. I'm going to ask you an awkward question. Who's your favourite guest that you've had on so far?
Oh, that's like picking my favourite child,
We've all got...
or my favourite out of you two. Oh God. Well, that's so tricky. But there have been some amazing stories, even in this recent season, like Sarah Steenland, who is an Australian cartoonist. And she talks about how she went from basically being a millionaire, working in construction with her husband, the financial crisis coming, losing it all, and then realizing actually we can just live on a boat and I can be a freelance cartoonist and we can sail around bringing up our family on a boat around the Asian islands, which is what she's been doing. And also similarly through the financial crash, a guy called Gareth from the UK, who's a copywriter, but at the time he was a plasterer, so working in the building trade again, lost his job when the financial crisis came, and for 9 months just couldn't find any work. He lost his house, lost his car, all of that kind of stuff, and eventually found that being a copywriter online was a thing. Even though he'd never done it before, people started paying him to write, and now he's a really successful, well-respected copywriter. So there's some awesome stories, yeah.
Fantastic. Awesome. So what we'll do, we'll drop some links into obviously your website and the podcast so people can have a look. But so yeah, don't jump away from the live stream to go and listen to the podcast right now.
Not now.
We've got keep your attention for a little while, but definitely straight after. Cool. So you obviously love video. And we've got some video. We're doing kind of like a video ad special, I guess. What if we didn't ask you to look out for ads? Do you notice them? Like, do you like hate ads, love ads? Do you use them? What is thought?
I've got nothing against ads, and actually, I'm one of those people who likes targeted ads. I'm quite happy for Google and Facebook to have my information and show me adverts I might care about, rather than when I watch TV and I see everything. So I'm not against that. But admittedly, most of the time watching TV, we fast forward and I don't ever see adverts anymore. So the main place I see ads is on Instagram, be it within stories or within the grid. And I have definitely ended up clicking straight through and buying stuff, from that. Oh, new iPhone case. Bang.
Yeah. I've already got 3. I don't need... there we still there.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So, should we dive straight in with your first ad then? I think. So we're just going to let everyone see it, and we'll play this one. Why did you go for this one?
Well, there's lots of different techniques when it comes to Instagram stories adverts. What I see, sometimes like it will take up the whole screen. Sometimes it will be done in almost like an amateurish way, as if it's a real story. So there'll be a person, and you're tricked into thinking, "Oh, did I follow that person?" And it's only after a while you realise, "Oh no, it's an advert," which is quite clever. What I quite like about this one is that they've gone with the square version of their video. Some adverts on Instagram stories, they go with the landscape horizontal one, like even big companies like the Australian Tourist Board I saw yesterday. And that's just too small within the vertical of the story. So a square is really good. Plus they keep it to some really bright, colourful, shots, which are easy for me to see, but then all the text doesn't move. It's all nice and static down the bottom there, even if it's slightly hideously designed, encouraging me to sort of swipe up and buy these for my daughter for Christmas. So yeah, I just thought it kind of spoke to, maybe they know I follow a lot of illustrators on Instagram. I don't know. But in a world of some fairly rubbish Instagram stories adverts, this one kind of jumped out to me. It looks Instagrammy. All of those images are really classy.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Yeah, and I love it. I think we literally say probably every week about Instagram ads because you manage them in Facebook, and a lot of people use the same video on Facebook on Instagram. So you've got all the check boxes of where you want it to be. And these guys have and now in Facebook, you can crop your video. So the horizontal ones you've seen, you can now in Facebook do the crop and it'll do it for you. And then you can create a separate ad set just for stories and have that version for stories and then the normal version for Facebook if you want. So
will it crop it so that it fills the whole of my vertical screen?
You can do whatever you want with it now.
Yeah.
And so obviously you'll miss the bits over here, but you don't have to crop it in the middle, and then you do get to preview it. So it just depends on the video itself, whether you've made it for stories or whether you've got one that may work. So it just depends on what video you've got.
Yeah, I think it's really worth considering whether it suits that stories format and whether your video is high enough quality to be stretched in that way. Because I've seen some really ropey looking one, which do no favour to your brand. You're almost better off just having a static image and text in those instances. But the square option is a good way to go if it means you don't lose the quality.
No, absolutely. No, definitely. And we got, you were talking about the tool, obviously, before we came on that Dale mentioned. I've forgotten what it's called, but you can crop it.
So there's a tool called crop.video. And what it is, you upload your landscape video to it, and it automatically figures out where the best place to put your vertical or square crop would be. So it breaks your whole video down into shots, gives you like a storyboard timeline, and then you can go through and adjust them in order to find the bit, like if it hasn't picked the right bit, you can adjust it. But what it means is you end up with a really good vertical video as opposed to just uploading, a one and letting it fill the screen. So it's a brilliant tool actually. And in fact, in my latest vlog, which I'm about to post later on today, you can see me using it as well.
Cool. And was that one of the free tools or was it a paid tool?
There is a free version of it, but it's something like €7 a month or something. Yeah. And basically that allows you to store your video for 24 hours and then download it. And then after that, obviously it's not taking up their server space, which is why I presume they let it stay pretty reasonable price-wise.
Okay, so if you're doing a lot of video then, it's
€7
a month is not.
It's a lot easier than recropping your videos within Final Cut job, and it does it really well.
Awesome. I think we lost you there, but I think what you were saying is easier than doing it in the editing software.
Yes.
Yeah. Cool. Have you got anything to add on that?
I wondered if you've ever heard of the brand that are teaser, I guess is how you say it.
No, I haven't.
Okay.
And then you were saying possibly because you follow some illustrators and things.
Yeah, I do follow a lot of illustrators.
I don't know if there is because Facebook and Instagram have like the targeting options. There probably is an interest targeting of potentially illustration. Definitely there'll be one on art, I would have thought, which is quite broad. But yeah, I assume that you've been targeted because of that, rather than it being you've been on their site or whatever. Cool. Okay then. Are we doing?
Yeah, we'll go with my one. So this was one I've seen on before a YouTube video, and it's the Pixel 3 Google Lens, and I liked it. I really liked it actually. And play.
Do you want me to play it?
Yes,
dive
please.
straight in.
Yeah, we'll dive straight in, then I will explain after. It's it's a minute long. So.
Okay.
This is our first glimpse of the Eiffel Tower. That's so cool.
Look at these guys. The beautiful, sweet giraffe. Very nice.
I will start again. Sorry about this.
This is our first glimpse of the Eiffel Tower. That's so cool.
Look at these guys. The beautiful, sweet giraffe. Very nice. Very, very nice.
It's a nice Friday afternoon. Really beautiful area. There'll be thousands and thousands of roses here.
This is another one of my favorite things right here. Tangerines.
Whoa, look at this guy. Dude, that is a weird looking frog.
Pretty grand entrance. There's the man, Thomas Jefferson, right there.
Now we are entering the room where Mona Lisa is. Beautiful smile.
This is a sweet potato, pretty much.
Hang on. Now I'm looking it up.
Don't do the accent again.
It's the Arène de Lutèce.
And you did it.
Oh, it's a Geranic. Geranic?
I guess the tangerine's different. Can't remember everything.
So I really liked it. I mean, I'm interested to see what you think, but I know Alex has got said Pixel 3.
Just arrived yesterday. Haven't even got a case for it yet. Didn't know that was a function.
Yeah, and so when I first saw it, I thought it was an advert just for the phone. I knew it was a new phone, but clearly it's an advert for a tool. Obviously, it recognises what's in front of you. But I thought it was very authentic, and that's what I liked about it. I think it was, I don't know, when I first watched it, I mean, obviously they were saying everything that's incorrect, but you have to kind of, I don't know, I had to watch it all the way through, and then it was funny, it made me laugh.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the fact that they use real people, and it was kind of as if these people had just took their phone out of their pocket and started filming, and it was really, really real. And I just really liked it, actually, really liked it. Absolutely. It was interesting to see you haven't actually heard of the software, so maybe.
I just bought the Pixel 3 because I had the Pixel 1, and I'm a Google fanboy, so it wasn't anything to do with any of the tools. I didn't even research it. If I'm honest, my old phone broke. I was like, I need to get a new one. I'll just. What do you think, Steve?
I really liked it as well. It's the first time I've seen it, and it's it was funny. Like, a minute is long, and yet I wanted to keep watching to see what mistakes they would come up with next, and also to see where it was going, because I was like, "Where? Are we just saying if you're stupid, buy a Google phone?" No offense, Alex, but actually, to then get to that insanely powerful tool that it gets to, it's really cool. And, whether it's actually real footage or not doesn't really matter. It's the fact that, we're all sitting here identifying with that whole slapdash commentary to our life, which is, it's really good.
Yeah.
And actually, when I saw it, it didn't show the first bit, so it is a minute long, but I think on ads, it was from where he said the tomatoes being oranges. That's where it started from. So they obviously shortened it for ads. When I was searching for it, this came up, and this is the full version. But still, it is a longer ad than kind of what you would normally see. So the fact that you do want to watch it,
definitely. It didn't feel long. It didn't feel like a minute. Didn't feel that long for video. And then I don't think we're going to show it. So you sent me a video of people trying to be authentic, but they weren't. I can't remember what the ad was for. If I can dig it out in between watching one of the other ones, it was maybe the first story ad you sent me, and it was people trying to be real, but it was really fake. Can you remember the one? It was like, "Oh, thanks, colleague."
Oh my God, are we not using that? I hate that advert so much.
I'm going to try and dig it out.
It's so badly done.
Yeah.
But do you know what else is good about this one? Thinking about it is the fact that, you know, if you saw this as a YouTube pre-roll, which I think you said you did, it's within that. It whole Eiffel Tower thing and makes you go, what? And that kind of draws you in to think, where on earth is this going? So yeah, I like that.
Absolutely. I think you just cut out, but I think what the point you're making was about the people will only stay on if you hook them in within like 5 seconds or something, and it does that really well with the kind of, because when we were watching it, I was like, that's not the Eiffel Tower, but I don't want to say anything in case it wasn't. It was like one of those. I was like really confused as we were watching it.
You do kind of doubt yourself. I thought they were oranges when I first saw it, and then because I don't know, the others were very kind of stark. You could tell immediately it wasn't that, but I think the tomato they could pass if you look quickly for an orange.
Very tomatoey to me, but we'll agree to disagree on that.
But yeah, no, the authenticity I really like. I mean, we say this a lot as well. The whole people buy from people.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
And I always like adverts that have a face to them or a voice. I think it's kind of almost like warming. Because you're kind of like, oh, it's someone who's like me who's on the other end. Like it's, I don't know.
No, they did that. They did that. Really, it's really hard to act. Anyone you doing loads of videos, you'll know that acting is really hard. Like when you watch stuff like, I always think when you watch like things like Made in Chelsea or Towie, not that I do. But if you try and get them to act, you can see how bad or how hard it is to act if you give them a script. Yeah. So that was really well done. How that came across did feel really real. Yeah. To me. Yeah, it did. Cool. I'm trying to find. So what? Do you remember which one was it?
It was that magic Chris. There they are. Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well, what we'll do is. Oh no. We will. We're live, so it's not working. So I'll play. Is it back to one of your?
There's loads. Yeah.
There's loads. We'll have a look at Boot Buddy. Okay.
Not gonna run away from you, ain't ever changing what I do. This is my anthem and I'll shout it till the end.
Okay, so my Mac doesn't want to play today, we'll just put that back. Stand my ground.
Not gonna run away from you, ain't ever changing what I do. This is my anthem and I'll shout it till the take all that you want from me. I have my peace and sanity, and I'll stay right here forever.
Right. Interested to hear your thoughts on that.
Well, okay. So this was on Facebook, and first of all, I think I was targeted because I have bought football boots for our son in the past few months. So for sure, this is an issue, cleaning of football boots. What I like is the way it doesn't start with how you fill it up and then you twist it, and it just goes straight into, here's a muddy boot and we're going to show you how to clean it. Then it says clean it in seconds, and they don't edit it. They don't like show you it from different shots, which makes you not trust it. It's one shot and that's it. And he just keeps cleaning the boot, and he even misses a bit and goes, oh, missed that, and keeps going. Mm-hmm. And I think that, you know, in a world of adverts and things where you don't quite trust what you see, that kind of proves to me that actually this product might work if I were to use it straight after I played football. And then once it shows that with the timer going, then it gets to the bit about how you might fill it up and stuff like that. And actually, it's only when I looked into this thing that you find out that it was on Dragon's Den. And like this.
I reckon it.
there's so many elements to the story that they could have put in there, and they didn't. They just went, here's the thing, you've got a problem, you need this thing, and look, it actually works.
And they were just kind of, they're doing what they shouldn't, it's just selling the product rather than, I always think sometimes companies or whoever puts the ad up, they sell themselves a lot of the time, and they say, we're this, we're this, we're this, and it's like, actually, we just want to know. So, yeah, I really love that. I don't know, it was kind of one of those things that you enjoy watching. It's quite satisfying. Like, clean.
No, that's it. I mean, the only thing I thought about it is I've never seen the time it takes to clean my boot ever being a problem. And you normally, if you're playing rugby or whatever, just take my boots in the showers at the rugby club and just wash them in there. So I've never thought.
Yeah. You see, there's a video I don't want to see.
It's taken a whole minute to clean my boots. If only I could cut that time in half.
You take your boots in the shower.
Yeah. Because in the rugby club, you're all getting a shower together like mates, and then you go in and you just have there's like 7 or 8 showers.
Wow.
And you just clean them out, knock them against the thing, and clean them there.
Knock them against the. Listen to yourself. You're a grown man. Get yourself a boot buddy.
Okay. I think if I went to play rugby and I was like, guys, have you checked this out? Literally, they wouldn't allow me to play anymore. They were like, Alex, you've gone too far.
No, but I think I like it. You know, if my son was playing football at the weekend, or my daughter for that matter, and getting those boots, like back to the car, grab that out the back, la 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 la, and of course, been for a walk with the family, boots.
Yeah.
You know, it's
That's what I was thinking. As a parent, so if you target the parent rather than the player, then
even the colour of it sort of screams parents rather than like cool people. Yeah,
absolutely. It does.
We've given up. We've given up being cool. We just want someone to clean the damn mud off before it gets in our porch.
Absolutely. Cool. All right. So I found the cringe ad that you brought. So let's get that one a whirl. And it doesn't want to play.
Right, so we're going to need invitations. I actually downloaded this app from the Google Play Store, so we can just make our own. Okay, let's have a go. Okay, email that off, please, colleague.
What is that? What is that abomination of an advert? It is so confusing. First of all, the magic of Christmas thing that you can see on the screen at the moment, that is the branding from the Christmas adverts. I only know that because I went to check it out to go, what on earth is... I tried to unpick what on earth was going on. So I've not seen the TV advert, but in the TV advert, they kind of like set this Dickensian world of shopping. And so actually, if you look at that, you can't barely see it says Currys and PC World. So even as a bit of branding, it's rubbish because it's written in a Dickensian shopfront type of way. But the fact is, the bit which is going in between that bit of branding means nothing. Like, it has no relation to their Christmas campaign. So if it doesn't, just leave it out. It makes no sense. Then, as you watch it, and I've watched this far too many times through my anger, there is so much text coming up on the screen. Like I said earlier, with that other good pencil advert, there was no text kind of confusing me. It was just at the bottom. This one has bits coming up all over the place, but I can barely cope. It keeps cutting because they've probably taken a 30-second spot to try and make it 15 seconds, which again means they've taken out the point of the story. And what is she saying? If you're going to send an invite, I'll do it. I'll go and buy an iPad and design it. It's going to paper chase it, but it makes no. And then what's the bit about colleague? Thanks, colleague. Screw you, Jess. Like, it's like the bloody. It makes no sense. So none of it makes sense.
I've got nothing to add. And that's probably my favourite rant that we've had on the show ever. So appreciate that. I think contrasting to that Google ad where it was really natural and this was so fake. Yeah. You get. I can't. You just you lose what they're selling because you're cringing so much at the ad. That it doesn't work. And then
Oh, they're trying too hard. All that needs to be is somebody using Procreate on an iPad, which is awesome in itself.
Yeah.
And then it's saying PC World, swipe up. Like they're trying. People are trying to earn money. It's just not that hard. It doesn't need to be that painful.
No.
And it's a big company. I'm sure they've got enough budget to maybe do something a bit more.
I think sometimes too many chefs spoil the ad, because when you get company of that size, there's a room full of people. Everyone's got a different idea, and then that probably was a nice idea to begin with, but it's been so overdeveloped, I think, with too many people chiming in, and then it had to be scripted, and then
and it suffers from reformatting, doesn't it? Like I said, if you gave that room to breathe over 30 seconds, it might make sense.
Yeah.
Forgetting the Dickensian branding nightmare, it might make sense. But as it is, the way they've done it, in order to fit an Instagram story, is just an assault on your senses.
An assault on your senses, brilliant. Cool, right. I feel like I've made a really bad choice in ad this week, because mine's quite deep, whereas we've had quite jovial conversations. So I think we'll do one more, and we'll do see if you're. I think we've got two goals, have we?
Yeah. Well, have you got the red bubble one?
The red bubble one, is that the one that's not in English?
Yeah.
Yeah.
which in itself is, so just to be clear, because, in case this is quite, pixelated or something, I'm definitely English. And I was just scrolling through Instagram yesterday, and I got a German advert. I don't know why. Here it is.
So here we go. I've just got to share it with everyone else. This is fantastic.
Einzigartige Geschenke für besondere Menschen bei Redbubble.
I'm laughing so much I can't pause it. Sorry.
So I'll tell you what's really weird about this. Us at the conference we was talking about earlier, I met a lovely German girl called Julia, and this video starts with, Julia? Yeah, and I'm like, well, yes, I do, but who? And then na klar, I think, means but of course. And then this is my rudimentary A-level German, and then it says something like Redbubble for all of your perfect Geschenke, all of your perfect presents. And then the voiceover says all of your presents for special people, or something like that. If you're German and watching this and you know I'm wrong, but apologies. But I don't know why I'm being shown a German advert. Then I'm trying to think, is it on purpose? Like, are Redbubble just a German company? Redbubble, I get the sense by the end of this, are one of those companies where you can print anything onto anything.
Yeah.
So if you know Julia loves pineapples, then put a meant to hate this woman, but we're going to give her a pineapple on a cushion. There you are. Yeah, it's awesome products designed by independent artists. And probably, I click on a lot of freelancer websites doing the Being Freelance podcast, and a lot of them make their own products. So somewhere along the line, I've probably clicked in someone's store, which is on Redbubble.
Right.
In order to do, but I still don't know why it's in German. But that said, I kind of love it.
Yeah. It's brilliant. Their headquarters are in Australia, not Germany.
Oh, how weird!
We're on the .com site and it's in English.
Yeah, how weird.
But I wonder if it's so bonkers. Did you click through, or would you click through? Do you think
I didn't click through from the advert itself, but I did rewatch the advert quite a few times, and then I remembered that we were doing this, and I went, "Oh my god, that's my first catch." It's a glitch in the matrix as to why I'm the German advert.
Yeah, I mean,
on the plus sides, it has been definitely made professionally for Instagram stories. Like, it fits the whole kind of like Snapchat Instagram story format. I can follow the narrative. just about, even if I don't quite understand it. It's not a terrible, terrible advert, but I love Julia, bless her. She's going to get a lot of pineapple cushions this.
Yeah, she is. Fantastic. Brilliant. Okay, so I think that's pretty much all we've got time for. Steve, thank you so much. That's probably one of my favourite episodes so far, mainly for your rants, which are brilliant. So now I've watched the live and I want to go and listen to the podcast. Where do I go?
Beingfreelance.com. So it's got the podcast and it's got my vlog where I document my freelance week. So I be filming myself doing this, for example, and it's all at beingfreelance.com. I feel so bad that I can see we skipped over the orangutan.
Oh, I know. Yeah, too deep though. It's a bit too deep. I think we've got Hayley, who is from I'm at the conference as well. She's an animator. And we're going to do an animation special. So keep it for there, and hopefully, it just wouldn't work this week because it's about destroying the rainforests and things like that. It's quite serious. I think we'll lower the tone a bit too much. Cool. And then I think there's one of your vlogs on the summit. I actually get featured in for about a second. So little conversation where we were just having a mid.
But what a second it is, right?
Oh, I know, the best second I've
stand out.
Steve and I were just having a chat, and he's like, "Do you mind if I just go put my phone on, just film it?" And then I was all like, "Oh, okay. Oh, now I'm being filmed. I'll talk like normally." So yeah, watch it for that. Pretty amazing.
And next week, do we have?
We do, and I probably should have checked who that was beforehand.
The suspense is good.
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know, but we've got pretty much all. We met some amazing people, didn't we, Steve? And most of them are coming on.
From all across the world, I believe.
From all across
the
world. I haven't actually. A lot of the speakers said they would come on. None of them have confirmed yet. But us normal delegates, we're quite up for a good chat, and we definitely have to get you back in a few, definitely in the new year, I think, because today was amazing.
Yeah, it was really good.
Gladly, thanks for having me.
Cool.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, mate. I'm done. Oh, we're not done.